Hello and welcome to the Daily Gas for October 7th, 2025, called Factor Fiction by Philip Newman. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Factor lines. For every pair of adjacent digits on a line, one digit must be a factor slash multiple of the other. So what does that mean? Well, Philip actually gives us an example. If row 4, column 1, so row 4, column 1, were 4, row 4, column 2 could be 1, 2, or 8. The reason is because 1 and 2 are factors of 4. A factor is something that you can multiply by something else to get the other number. And we're talking about whole numbers here, right? Like 8s, yes, you can multiply 8 by 1/2 to get 4, but we're talking about whole numbers. So I could multiply 1 to 4, or 1 by 4 to get 4, or I could multiply 2 by itself to get 4. Whereas 8 would be a multiple of 4, or you could consider it the opposite way where 4 is a factor of 8. We can multiply 4 by 2 to get to 8. So just looking at ways we can multiply to numbers where 1 obviously here is going to be able to sit next to anything and everything besides itself, because you can always multiply 1 by x to get x. With that, those are the rules. Let's just jump right into it. Speaking of 1 being able to sit next to anything except for itself along a line, well, I guess it technically could if these lines didn't see each other by Sudoku. So, for example, if the line went like this at an angle, then theoretically we could have it. What it's made me think of is prime numbers. So a prime number is a number whose only factors are 1 in itself. In this case, 2 is prime, and 2 actually is the only even prime number. So 1 times 2 is 2. That's the only option. But because we can consider it in the other direction, it doesn't matter. 3 is also a prime number. But 5 and 7 are interesting on the lines because, and actually here's another 7, because you cannot make it a multiple. If you try to multiply it by 2, which is the minimum, then we get 10. So it can't be we can't look at multiples of 5, so the only other factors of 5 are 1 in itself. Same thing with 7. The only other factors of 7 are 1, is 1, and if you try to do multiples, then the minimum value is 14. So very instantly here, we can just place a ton of 1s. Why that's helpful is 4, 6. 6 could work here. What else besides 1, which it can't be, would be a factor and a multiple? I think the only value is, or factor slash multiple, that would share both 2 and 3. I think the only option is 6 there. I think the same thing holds true here. The only option here is 6. We have these kind of repeated digits, so like the 4, right, will go in one of these two cells. Obviously, we have the 2s and the 3s. 2 has options. 3 goes somewhere along here. 1 goes somewhere, sorry, between these two cells. And actually, this is interesting. What can you share between 3 and 4? I wasn't really considering that. I think the only option is 1 there, which gets us 1 here, and we get 1 here and 1 here. I think that's all of our 1s. So that's actually pretty restrictive. Now, what that means is no other line could contain 5 or 7. So for example, all of this is line, so this must be 7. 7, well, sorry. That's not really true because here you could have 5 and 7 right here. And actually, you have to have at least one of them along the line because of the 5-7 pair here. So at least one of them has to go here. Otherwise, we do get 7 in the corner. 7, well, that just gives us 7 here. So not much work needed to be done there, I guess. Five will go in one of these two cells. Why is that helpful? Great question. It's very helpful because actually we said 5, 7. Now that we place 7, 5 has to go between these two cells, so we can actually just place 5 here. Then 8 and 9 is kind of interesting. 9, the only option is 3, right? And 3 has 9 and 6 as options. So 9 is quite restrictive because, well, maybe not, because if I place 9 here, then this would be 3, this would just be 9, this would be 6. 6 would allow us to connect to 2, and 2 would allow us to connect to 8 again. So I think we actually have an idea of what this would look like, right? If this is 9, then it would be 9, 3, 6, 2, 8, or 9, 3, 6. I guess no matter what, this is 6, right? This is like a 3, 2 pair. So then we have 2 and 6, which go here. 2, if this was here, has options. 4 and 8 are both still valid here. Maybe I should be considering this. Well, this could be 4 or 8. I guess, sorry, this is easy. Where does 5 go? Why was that so difficult for me? I completely ignored the fact that this was next to 2 here. So the only options are 4 and 8. Huh. Don't ask me what I was thinking there. 5 will go between one of these two cells, which means we have a X-wing on 5s here. Not very helpful. Yeah, sorry, that was a lot easier than I was making it out to be. You know, 9 definitely has to go here, so 9 goes between these two cells, but this could be 9 with 4 or 9 with 8, depending on what this is, to then let you have the right order of things here. Okay, well, let's move on then. Let's not get so stuck on that. 7, well, 9. 9, if it has to go on the line, would have to have 3. So this cannot have 9, it cannot have 7 on it, which means this is 7, 9, which means this is 2, 8. And this being 2, 8 is helpful because... yes, 8. Hello. 2, 8. I was trying to see any other interactions, but it's just Sudoku. 2 then has to be 4 here. Only option. 1, 2, 4, 8. And 6 are all accounted for. So here then, it can't be 2, 4, 1, or 8. So this is 6 now. 6 without being 2, 1 must be 3. And 3 without being 1 or 6 must be 9. Then there's something smart here, I'm sure. 2, 4, this will be a 2, 4 pair. And then that leaves us with 3 here. Then 7, hello, there we go. This is 7, this is 9. 7, right, there we go. This is just Sudoku. 7, 7, 7. Oh, wait, no, sorry. We already have 7. Hello. That's all of our 7s. That was almost very silly. How do we do better, though? Now we got 5, 9. 2, 4. We know 2, 6 here. Put 4, 8, and 9. 4, 8, and 9 still have not been resolved. Oh, 4. Hello. 4 gets us 4. This is 8. This is 9. 4, 9 now goes here. And this is 2, 6, and 8. And with the 2, 4 placement, we'll either have a chocolate teapot or we'll be able to just place 6. And then we'll have a 2, 8 pair to deal with. But can we do better? 2, 8, 8, 2. 8 gives us, oh yes, 8 and 5. 5 gives us 5, gives us 5. Gives us 5 and 9. 9 gives us 9. Which we already knew that was 4, 9. Okay, 4 and 8 here. Nicely resolvable. And the fact now is that we can place 8, 9, 3, 2. This is 4, this is 9. And it'll all come together. 9 in the column here. 9 here. Across we need 3 from the box. We're still missing 2. 2 something, 2 and 3, 2, 4. Huh. Oh, well, 4 goes here. 4 gives us 4, gives us 2, gives us 2, gives us 3, gives us 3. No 3 in the corner, unless I mess that up. 6 gives us 6, 8, 2, and 8, and we are done in 10 minutes and 28 seconds with Factor Fiction by Philip Newman. We were doing okay there, but we forgot to we forgot to consider some things as we were going through. We got a little distracted with ourselves, like saying, "Oh, well, 5 and 7, right, will equally go here," because I was just paying attention to the 1 and was not even considering the 2 at all, which would have made it very readily apparent that this was a 5-7 pair. But yeah, with that, hopefully you enjoyed, and as always, thank you for watching.